Hi everyone, my name is Lina and I'm Peruvian and I am an alumni of the University of Manchester. I studied my master's degree there in international development and social policy back in 2012. I chose this specific course or masters because I've always believed that we need, not only in the region like in Peru and in Latin America, but we truly need good and well-educated leaders, well prepared to provide solutions for the well-being of our citizens. As you know, the region is still holding high levels of inequality, and the fact that we as students are prepared to share policy experiences and to learn from other countries and backgrounds and take this knowledge back to our countries is essential for the development of our policy making situation. Well, after I graduated from the University of Manchester, I went back to my country, to Peru, and started a career path in the government. I first worked as a researcher in the Ministry of Education with educational policies. That was for a couple of years, perhaps 3. And then I moved to the Ministry of Economics and Finance, where I was working as a results-based program manager in the General Directorate of Public Budget, so in the Treasury, looking at the methodology of some of these programs. And then, well, there I learned the budgeting cycle, which is essential to understand if you're working in any government. I stayed there also like for 3 to 4 years, and I think that experience was essential for becoming later a decision maker. Then I moved to another sector, to Home Office, to advise ministers there also with knowledge management. Then I was appointed as Deputy Minister in the Ministry of Women and Vulnerable Populations, working with policies at the national level for vulnerable populations, and that was back in 2021 and 2022. And so in total, I had like almost a decade working with my government. After I became an international consultant, again working with policy. And I am, or with social policy particularly, and I am currently studying more or getting more knowledge on social policy at the moment. Studying social policy and international development at the University of Manchester helped me a lot throughout my career development. It first provided me with strong theoretical grounds to understand the welfare states and policy and some policy making implications, but also just having conversations with colleagues and peers from around the world and with professors and lecturers. It was so enriching. Well, one of my favorite memories at the University of Manchester was just hanging around the department. I mean, lecturers were so approachable. And to be honest, at that moment, we had a tutor program as well, where you could discuss with senior lecturers some of your thoughts and concerns about your own research, about the courses you were taking. I'm also deeply grateful to this day with my supervisor, with my dissertation supervisor, who was Professor Armando Barrientos. He was such a great, not only professor, but also like such a great human being. So, like, I think all the staff was approachable, and you can tell the difference from other institutions like higher education institutions. And the University of Manchester really has this strong will to support their students, specifically international community, and I believe that's extremely important. I actually currently living in the UK now, so I understand how this can be a crucial factor when you decide where to study. So I will encourage you to look at GDI as an option, definitely. Well, one of my advices to prospective students to GDI is to look well into the profiles of the lecturers and professors, so you can see what they've done, what are their research on, and then just ask them to have a chat, to discuss your academic interests with them. As I mentioned, the staff is very approachable, and that's a huge plus. And then just you would see, just living in Manchester is I think it's an amazing city. It has a very vibrant academic community, a very vibrant international community. You would feel very welcome. And as a person that's currently living in the UK, that's very important. Then, as an advice that I could give to the current students of GDI is just make the most of it. If I would be back there, I would just talk to every lecturer and professor about their academic pathways. Just having a cup of tea with them, and share also fieldwork experiences, and believe it or not, which are the main takeaways they had in their own academic path. And I think we can learn a lot